Today is September 13th, 2021, and I'm here with World War II veteran Phil Porter. Phil, were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted.
What year was that?
You enlisted.
Huh?
You enlisted.
It came out both ways because I was. They come to me and said I was going to be asked to get in the army at a certain day. Well, I said, okay, I'll do it now, not that day. So that's the way it went.
What year was that when you first found out you were?
Oh, wait a minute, huh? I can't remember exactly. Let's see, it was 70.
He was 17 when you went in.
Mm-hmm.
You were 17 when you went in.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you sent for training?
Alabama. Training there. They gave us a flat training, what we call flat training. It's just marching and behaving. And after that, we were taught what to do to people if they didn't mind you. Otherwise, started being taught to be a military policeman.
Do you know which camp in Alabama you were sent to?
Not right off. Because there was a town here and way down here, what was 7 miles down here, that's where we went in the Army. And the next town next to it was 8 miles.
How long did you do training?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Were you sent anywhere else after that training?
Yes. I was sent to Washington, D.C. for 5 days of special training, which I can't tell you what it was.
Okay. So, in total, how long did the training take for each places you went to? Probably more than a couple months?
About a month and a half on the first one and about 7 days on the second one.
Okay, after you went to Washington, D.C., where did you go, or what happened?
After I went to Washington, D.C., then they sent me back to Maryland, Riverdale, Riverdale, Maryland, where I was trained, Riverdale, Maryland, where I was trained for what we were supposed to be doing. I had already went through basic training and everything, but this is a training in the Maryland there for what we're supposed to be doing as an MP.
How long of training was for becoming an MP?
Because MP is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Okay, so after all the training, were you sent overseas?
No. I was training, I was sent to, let's see, Washington, D.C., and I was stationed in Washington, D.C. for, 6, 7 days. And what it was there for us to be, we had to go and listen to people, what they were saying about the war and what's going on and everything. And then after that, I was assigned to go to California. We were all on buses and going to there, all the way across over there. And when we got there, we spent, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a special room. So we had to take shots so it wouldn't take disease from us to overseas. And then from there, we got on a boat, started out in California, and we started out and went all the way to, Germany. We went into Germany, and that was in 44, and I spent 44, 45, and 46 in Germany. All right, the war was going on 44 and half of 45. And the rest of that time I had to spend there on account of that we had time to spend in the Army. Where we went back then, it wasn't right off said, hey, the war's over, you can go home. You can't. You spent that time because you served it in the country. I mean, in the service.
When you arrived in Europe, was it after the Normandy invasion?
After the invasion was what? That was in 41?
44, the Normandy invasion.
Normandy, I was over there then. I was over there when that there, because I got there in March, last March, I think it was.
Okay. What were your jobs as a military police?
Military police was to be able to protect all the equipment, all the guys that are. And after our regular troops went into towns that way and tried to clear it out from the Germans, get the Germans out, then our job was to go in there and be sure nobody else was left in there.
Okay, when you first arrived, what was your first basic task, or you got daily jobs you had to do?
When I first got there, my job was to stay there at the landing, and the other boats came in. We were supposed to get them lined up and tell them what to do. And then 2 of them that way, I was told to go ahead and show them where they were supposed to start and to stay there until the other people come and, took them out.
Were you assigned? I know you were assigned to Patton's Third Army, but were you assigned to any infantry division?
MP. I was MP Infantry Division. I was in 384th Military Police.
What division?
They didn't say no division.
Well,
384th Military Police.
I can look it up on the internet to see what division you were part of.
They didn't tell me that.
Oh, okay. So, did you ever have to arrest any people or deal with anybody?
No, I had to talk to about 5 different people about different things that they tried to lie about. That's about it.
What kind of things did they lie about?
Where they was from, what they was doing there, and why were they there.
Did you ever capture any German spies?
I didn't capture nobody.
Or take care of any of them?
Some of them that way, when they were brought in, I was supposed to watch them, not let them move and get out of there.
Okay. You weren't sent anywhere else? Just Germany?
Germany.
Okay. When did you first see Patton?
Now, we got in and port there. We got there in the port, and let's see, what it was about 5 days. He came in with his bunch. That way. And my job at that time was to protect the boat and the stuff there and the people. And when he came in, he said, "Okay, you're with us." So from then on, I went with Patton's bunch.
How many times did you see Patton during the war?
I'd say maybe 15 times.
Did you ever talk to him personally?
One time,
What do you remember what you said to him?
I just asked him why I was supposed to go to a certain place that they didn't say that they had won it yet.
Okay. Did you ever shake his hand?
Hmm?
Did you ever shake his hand?
Oh, yeah, about 3 or 4 times.
Did you help out with the Nuremberg Trials at all?
No, no.
But, okay. So, did you help, did any other jobs you had to do?
My major job was to protect us and be sure that no German or nothing that the way it came into our place.
Where were you stationed in Germany?
Germany, Leesburg. My memory is not like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Berlin, Leesburg. I can't think of all of them. Ever since I fell in my house that way and this stuff started, my memory hasn't been halfway where it's supposed to be.
It's all right. Did you collect any souvenirs from when you were over in Germany?
One thing of what it was, I don't remember right now exactly what it was, because at the end of the war, right at the end of the war, they had people lined up with different stuff around the houses, and I went and checked this. There's 7 of them. I think I went to 7 of them, and I don't remember buying anything from them.
So after the after Germany surrendered, was there any plans for you to go over to Japan for the invasion?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, where were you when you found out Japan surrendered? Were you still in Germany at the time?
Well, I don't remember exactly when they surrendered, because I was only over there in 44, 45, and 46.
Well, they surrendered in about September of 1945.
I was 45. That was September. That was right after German surrendered. If I remember right, it was after Germany surrendered.
When did you come home from Germany, like from the war?
46.
Do you know what month?
I got back in the United States, let's see, that was December the 12th, I think December the 12th.
Of 1946?
Yeah.
Okay. Where were you when Pearl Harbor happened?
Hell, I was still at home working, I think working at home in Florida.
How did you feel when you heard about it?
Well, back then I didn't think nothing about the war and everything. When I heard about it, I said, why?
Did you know before you went overseas? Did you know where you were going to be sent to?
No, not exactly.
Were you worried about going to Japan at all, or the
No, I
Pacific
didn't
Islands?
think nothing about Japan back then.
Okay.
I was told I was going to Germany, and I said, uh-oh. And we took a training. Our base was over here. We had to go 5 miles back over there for training that way. We trained in our base, plus over there.
Okay. Did you ever have to deal with any Americans being bad, or did any American troops, or what troops did you supply? Like just the Patton's Third Army?
Well, I don't remember what he supplied, but he was major on the Third Army.
So you mostly helped out the Third Army.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you ever had to deal with help with injured at all?
Only twice.
What did you have to do to help them?
One of the soldiers got shot and picked him up, carried him back, so the rest of the people could take him.
Did you ever get shot at?
Twice.
Where were you when that happened?
The war, Germany was over here, and Americans was keeping them over there. And I came in this building. There was a German shot at me and just missed my head like this that way. I had awful. I had 2 45s, and I pulled it up that way, and he just dropped on the floor that way. I didn't shoot him. He just gave up.
Did you ever have to escort any POWs, like German POWs?
No.
Okay.
My job was to go back and check, be sure there's no German left in where they went through, and also be sure that everything in there was still okay.
Okay. So after the war, what did you do? Like as a job?
Our job back then was all this stuff that the Americans took, got in charge of. There was a few of us that way in our outfit would go and be sure that nobody messed with it. And that was mostly my job.
Okay. I think that is the end of the interview. Thank you, Phil, for taking the time and doing this.
I'm glad that I can remember some of it and not all of it.
It's okay. A lot